Kevin Durant's tenure with the Warriors ended this summer. As you look at the favorites to win the West, more on that coming up in just a moment. The changes, KD gone, 3 finals trips, couple of finals MVP, signed a 4-year deal with Brooklyn worth $164 million. The Dubs did retain, however, free agent Klay Thompson, who tore his ACL in Game 6 of the finals. GM Bob Myers said they're going to have an update at the All-Star break, according to his potential return date. They also gave Draymond Green a 4-year, $100 million extension. He would become a free agent in the 2020 offseason had that not happened. Now he's going to stay with the team through 2024. And 2015 Finals MVP Andre Iguodala out, D'Angelo Russell in, Warriors pulling that off thanks to a sign and trade, delivering Russell a 4-year deal worth $117 million. Steve Kerr and company at Media Day today.
We'll rely heavily on our veteran players, Steph and Draymond and Loon, Klay, to kind of pave the way for the younger players. We want to maintain the culture that we've built, but we want to make sure our players are put in the best position to succeed. And the last 4 years, we pretty much knew exactly what that meant. We don't really know what it means this year. So I would say we will have to work much harder than we have had to the last 4 seasons because of the number of new players. We've got a lot of work to do.
I'm not sure what everyone's expectations are. We haven't really had any team meetings yet. But I know what my expectations are. They don't change from year to year. They're always the same.
So you still believe this team can go to the finals this year?
Steph Curry on our team? Klay? Yep.
Every guy in that locker room is going to have an opportunity to help us succeed. I know with that cheesy answer, but it's literally more relevant than any year we've had where doing it by committee and having, guys take another step in their careers, solidify themselves as NBA players if they're, young guys in the league, and just continue to get better collectively and individually. There's an importance on player development more than there ever has been, so I'm excited about that.
Boy, the West is going to be fun to watch. And according to our friends at Caesars, the Warriors have the 3rd best odds to win the West this season behind the Lakers and the Clippers. Those 2 LA teams and the Bucks, only teams with better odds to win it all. Right now, Caesars has their season win total at 49 games flat.
Is the dagger?
Just wanted to put it up in the air and got the shooter's bounce.
This is how it feels to stand on the clouds.
Crazy offseason for the Sixers, in which they handed out a ton of money to Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Al Horford. They also traded Jimmy Butler to the Heat for Josh Richardson, and they let J.J. Redick walk in free agency as he went to New Orleans. Here are the Sixers today from their media day.
That's winning a championship, obviously. Championship and more. We have that opportunity. Going into this year, one of the things got to focus on, really want that #1 seed. And that team success also helps me when it comes to my goal. And, it's Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. We got a championship caliber team. We have a chance to win it.
Being able to have a chance to play like a guy like Joel, it's really, a dream come true for me. A guy that can do it all on the floor. I believe he's the best big man in the league right now, and to be paired up with him and play off of him and learn how to work with him, I'm excited about that.
Can this design of a team win a title in 2020?
I believe defense wins championships, and that's how we play. Philadelphia is based off defense for us, and that's the mentality we're going to have stepping on the floor every night.
So that voice you just heard asking that question, that was this man, Brian Windhorst, with the Sixers in Camden, New Jersey. So, Brian, just saw you talking with Ben. I know you also spoke with Tobias Harris. And they're looking to win it all, as we heard from Joel Embiid. The starting lineup has 4 players, at least 6'9". Where is this team compared to the one that we saw knocked out by Kawhi and the Raptors?
Yeah, Hannah, this is such a different team than we've seen across the NBA in 2019, where teams are masquerading small forwards as centers, trying to put 5 shooters on the court. As you mentioned, they're trying to put the tallest starting lineup on the court we've ever seen. And they also want to play maybe with not as many shooters on the court and focus on defense. Now, this is a pretty big departure from the team that was maybe a Kawhi Leonard three-pointer away from winning the championship last year. So there's a lot of optimism here. There's a lot of rich guys here. I felt like I was congratulating guys on their new contracts the entire morning here. But this is going to be a bit of an audacious way they're going to play. That said, the Raptors played pretty big last year with Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol across their back line. There's a way to do it, and they are very optimistic they can.
Okay, so here's the big question, Joel Embiid. I mean, he can play at an MVP level when he's healthy, but to that effect, he's got to stay on the floor, missed his first 2 NBA seasons, hasn't played any more than 64 games the last 3 years. I know you spoke to him as well. What is he doing to stay healthy?
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing for this team is his health. Now, he lost 20 pounds in the offseason because he wanted to loosen up some weight on those knees, which he felt like really let the team down in the playoffs last year. You look at his playoff numbers, Hannah, they really took a dip because that knee was bothering him. But he's all over the place. On one hand, he says he wants to play at least 70 games this year. He wants to win Defensive Player of the Year. He wants to win MVP. He wants them to win 60 games and get the #1 overall seed. On the other hand, he says he needs to reduce his minutes and be healthy in May and June. Maybe he can do it all, but that's going to be a big factor for this team this year.
Yeah, they haven't won an NBA title since 1983. And I'm saying with all those big checks, when you go to Philly, Brian, you should never pick up the tab for dinner, right? Just a little advice.
Yeah, they all left. They're not here anymore.
Oh, yeah, isn't that convenient? Brian Windhorst, thanks.
Story in baseball, the big story in the NBA, the second the Pelicans got Zion Williamson, everything changed. Drew Brees anointed him the new Orleans sports icon. And then they were able to add, of course, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. It's a new-look Pelican squad. Our Mark Schwartz asked Zion this.
What do you think will be the most difficult aspect of becoming a pro?
I think just mentally getting through 82 games. I'm going from 30-something to 82. Every night you're not going to be on. Or if you are, it's incredible. So I think it's just knowing that you're going to face some adversity and just battling through it.
And if you could put a personal, if you look at what you're going to be at the end of the year, what would be a successful season for Zion Williamson in terms of personal stats?
In terms of personal stats, I'm a winner. So if we're winning and we're in the playoffs, I'm happy.
Forget about the numbers?
I don't need numbers. If we're winning and we're in the playoffs, you can't ask for much more than that.
Are you going to be in the playoffs?
You really going to ask me that? Confidence-wise, I'm going to say yes. But, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
I love it.